Welcome to this episode of Tech Tuesday. My name is Laura Wells, and I'm so excited for this episode because this is something that people have been asking me for ever since Thrivepalooza, and I'm really excited to share with you guys how to use Boards. Boards is an app or a website browser. So I put the QR codes here. That is just so you can download it easily. You can scan it right now and grab it on the App Store or the Google Play Store. Or, of course, again, like I said, you can use it on the desktop browser. So, a couple things about Boards is that there is a free version and there is a paid version. You do not have to pay for the version to be successful as a Le-Vel promoter. The free version is perfectly fine. I used it for a really long time, and you have everything available to you in the free version. The paid version simply gives you access to either use, share, or create more than 3 boards. And so that's the biggest difference I have found in my experience. And again, the free version works just fine. I personally do use the paid version now, but either one is a really great option. So content ideas, I'm going to get into this, is basically a good rule of thumb is whatever you need the most, whatever your team needs the most, create a board for it. So if you find that you're looking for something a lot like verbiage, graphics, photos, support tickets, positive Thrive reviews like screenshots, PDFs, stuff like that, post ideas, story overlays, all that kind of stuff. Create a board for it because it'll save you so much time in, thumbing through your photo album on your phone for like a million years for the 100th time. I don't know. Does anybody relate to that? I know I did. So basically anything that you find that you need a lot, put it in your board. Now, how do you create a board? It is really, really simple. Go in there and sign up, hit create board, give your board a name, add an emoji if you want to. It will come in, in handy later. And that's it. Like literally, that's how simple it is. You click done. Okay, so we're doing this again. We're opening boards, name the board, put an emoji, hit done. Okay, so once you've created your board and named it whatever, now you're going to want to create folders inside your board. So on this example, my name of my board is called the Boom Team Vault. That's the name of my team. I created a vault for our team. And so inside your board, you can have folders. These are those little card looking things on the screenshot that you're seeing here. So each one of those card looking things is actually a folder. Now, even though the free version of boards only allows you to have up to 3 boards to have access to, you can have as many folders as you want. So don't worry about having, only 1 board or up to 3 boards. You can have a ton of folders inside of each board. So creating a folder is really simple. Once you go into your board, at the bottom right-hand corner, click the plus sign and then click add folder. Once you do that, you can create content inside your folders. So again, once you've created a folder, go to the other bottom right-hand corner, click the plus sign, and now you can create all kinds of content. In that square there, you can see you can put text in there, you can put images, links, videos. Videos need to be a certain size. They need to be relatively small videos. You can also do voice recordings, which I'm going to show you how to do here in just a second. All kinds of cool stuff you can put inside those folders as content. So let's go right into it. So I'm going to take you kind of like on a field trip behind the scenes of my actual boards. Okay, so I have a lot of different types of content inside mine. And so, for example, if I want to create, another post idea for social media, right? So this is something that I do. I'm a copywriter by trade. And so sometimes when I write a post, sometimes they flop. A lot of times they flop. Sometimes they fly. And so you don't have to wait until like next year when your Facebook memories pop up and you're like, wow, that was a really great post. You can actually be like, wow, that was a really great post. I'm going to add it to my board so my team can use it as a template to do something like that too, right? So I'm just going to write something in here. I don't know. I'll just wing it here. Okay. So kind of like an example of a social media post. Pop it over here. And you can add this, like whenever you think of something, you can just add posts. Okay. Name it so you know, like kind of like what it's about. So weight loss post example. Okay. So, and then when you click done, then there you go. There's your new content right inside that folder, inside your board. All right. So next thing is when you create your board, then you're going to go in there and you're going to be able to share your board. Now, This is something you can choose to do. You don't always have to share your board just because you made a board. So if you do have like a team board, for example, like you're creating a team vault, you can go in there into your team vault or into your board that you want to share and click on the tab that says add members. You're going to be able to then go to the blue button where it says share invite link. So it'll actually create a link to your board, your whole board, and they'll have to enter their email address to join your board. You don't have to approve them though, so you need to be careful of who you give that link to. Or you can actually invite them through email. So scenarios where you can use that is like, for example, leaders, you can actually make a team vault, kind of like I have here, and you can share your board with your team. Everyone can also make your own individual boards, and you, of course, you can keep them private to yourself. You don't have to share it, or you can make one like, for example, like I have a customer board. So I have a whole separate board outside of my team vault. I do have one for our team to use, but I have a whole separate one for myself, for my own customers. Is I have a customer board where it has my contact info as their rep. I have some post ideas for my customers. I have some message ideas for my customers. I have like kind of like a verbiage scenario of what to say when people are interested, so that customers don't like freak out because they've got somebody interested and they don't know what to say. And then I also have some verbiage in there of like, hey, if you have a person who's interested, I'll give them a discount. You can just simply, introduce them to me. And here's how to introduce your friend to me as your rep. And you can just say like, hey, listen, I'm not a rep. I'm just a customer. Hang on one second. Let me grab my friend Laura. In fact, she has a discount for my friends. And I give them that verbiage to use as a customer. And I have found that it's really helping customers feel more at ease referring other customers when they actually know, like, hey, here's a post that's not weird to make on social media. Here's a reach out that doesn't sound cringy or icky, to my friends. And then when they are interested, I know exactly what to say. And, my rep is just going to take care of everything for me. So the easier you can make it for your customers and your team members, the more likely they are to have success and have more fun with it too. Now, I'm going to show you something really cool, and we're going to go like full send nerd mode because this is something that is super techy, but it's really, really easy. So let's go and let's create the whole boards app on your keyboard. So what you're going to do is after you've loaded the app, go into your phone settings and scroll all the way down to where all your apps are and click the boards app. You're going to click the keyboards section and you're going to toggle on boards and allow full access. Okay, so that's how you're going to, let's do it again. In your phone settings, go all the way down to the boards app, click boards, click keyboards, and then toggle on and allow full access to boards. Now what's going to happen is you can do things like this. So in stories, for example, okay, so I have a folder in my board for story overlays. And these are just things that I've grabbed around the website, or I've made in Canva, for example. And basically they're PNG files. These are transparent images where they don't have the background on them. You can make stuff in Canva if you want to. Just remove the background and save as a transparent image PNG file, and then put it into your boards folder or boards app for your content, right? So now I'll go into my stories and I'm doing a story. I'm just going to use this as an example. Okay. You click on the text icon like you're going to type. Click the globe emoji thing at the bottom so you can pull up your keyboards. See your boards there? Those are all keyboards. I'm going to find my story overlays here. All my story overlays are in that one folder. And so I'm going to find the one I want. Let's do this one. And we're just going to copy it and paste, and boom, there it is right there. Okay, so just like a normal sticker, you can just add that right to your story. Let's do another one. And I'll show you this example here. So we're going to add another one same way. Click the text icon like we're going to type. Click the emoji, the world icon, so we can pull up our keyboards. Find another one, copy it and paste. Now see how that kind of blends into the background? Let's click the font icon again, the left font, and then tap the background so that it's black. Now we're going to type a period and expand it all the way super big, move the period out of the way, hold that down and push it back another layer. You've probably been wondering, I know this is in a stories training, but you've probably been wondering how to do that. Okay, so back in the boards app, in the keyboard, I have links that I use all the time. Let's find the link that I always use all the time. Let's do this one. Yeah. So you don't have to go thumbing around the website, find your link, blah, blah, blah. No, you just one tap, there's your link. Grab it here. Boom. There's your link sticker right, in stories. See how easy that is? It takes seconds now to do all this stuff. You don't have to fumble around anywhere. Okay, so I use stories a lot, and I just also find that like 99.9% of my business is done through social media, either through my Facebook posts, my Instagram posts. I have a lot of conversations that come from my Instagram or Facebook stories. I actually just do my stories in Instagram, and then I have them cross post over to Facebook stories. So I just do the work once in Instagram stories, and I have them cross post to Facebook stories. I mean, seriously, almost all my conversations come as a reply to my stories. And I really feel like part of it is because, one, I'm usually talking to the camera at least once a day. So I'm like literally on FaceTime talking to you, not always about what Thrive is. It's like literally behind the scenes of our life in an Airstream, traveling, doing whatever, right? I'm just literally talking to you as you're my friend, right? And so sometimes I do go in there and I'm talking about Thrive, right? So, like every single day in my stories, I am showing one of my 3 steps every single day without fail. But when I'm doing talking, like FaceTime to the camera, it's not always all about Thrive. I am showing Thrive in my stories every single day. But when I talk to the camera, sometimes it's not about Thrive. So, I do feel like it's really important when you're doing stories to, spice it up a little bit, to add these cute little stickers and things like that sometimes, not all the time, but you know what I'm saying? It's just helpful. But when you do want to do that, having them in your boards app as like one tap thing on your keyboard just makes it so much easier, especially if you're finding a link really quickly. And links you can have in there, ones that we use all the time, right? So like your username.le-vel.com/login/enroll/register /steps away. And of course, direct links to things like packages, right? HDS, Balance, Sleep Gummies, Thirst. What are the products that you're always linking to someone? Put those in your boards app. It'll save you so much time and hassle. So it literally is like a one tap tool. So you can send content by text message too. So this works anywhere your keyboard works, right? So we're going to go in there and send a text message to somebody and just answer a question. So this person, for example, and the person is me, I'm just using this as an example. What if somebody asks, hey, is this diabetic friendly? Well, we know that Thrive is, it's diabetic friendly, right? However, there's a compliant way to answer that question. And so, being that there's a compliant way to answer that question, I put the compliant answer right there in my boards app for my team. So, as a way for them to answer that question in a compliant way, obviously letting them know diabetic Thrive products are diabetic friendly. However, it is best to consult your doctor if you have any concerns. Would you like a link to the ingredients, and so forth. And so that is in an FAQ section in my board, so that when a new promoter, for example, or even a customer gets those kinds of questions, they're easily able to answer those questions in a compliant way. So this is just another example of how to do that. You can also use this app to do voice memos. And I'm going to show you something super cool. So let's just say, for example, I have a whole nother board. See, this is separate from my team vault. I have a whole board dedicated to my personal Thrive experience. My photos are in there, my story, and you can actually create a voice memo. So you can say something like, oh my gosh, I love the Thrive experience. It's so great. It's more energy. I haven't had very many aches anymore. I sleep great at night. I've dropped 60 pounds, even while traveling full time as an empty nester, blah, 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 right? You can title your voice memo, whatever it is that you want to title it. Make sure that you do title it so that you remember what you're sending. And of course, if you're doing a voice memo, you might not know who you're sending it to. You know what I mean? So make it generic enough where you can send it to a lot of people, so you can just kind of have this in your hopper. So once you title it, click done, and that's going to save it right there as a file for you. So now all you need to do when you're going in there and you want to send it to somebody, okay, all you have to do is pull up your keyboard. Now, this is where the emojis come in handy, okay? And by the way, you can just click this menu and it'll actually remind you like what the board is. Ask me how I know, because it can get overwhelming if you've got like a bajillion boards. Okay, so we're going to go in there and we're going to tap a photo that we want to send to somebody, copy it and paste it just like you did in your stories. Let's do that one. Okay. And now we want to do this one. Let's send to. Okay, so we're going to send that one. Now, you can send images and one tap text, right, as from the keyboard. To send a voice memo, it's a little bit different. You want to tap on the voice memo and hit the share icon. When you hit the share icon, it's going to bring up your text messages. You're going to choose who you want to text it to and then hit send. And that'll actually send the whole actual audio file to that person that you're sending a text message to. So it works a little bit differently than just one tap. It's a couple more taps. It's a couple taps, but it plays just like a regular voice memo file. And it's super, super easy to do. So just to kind of reiterate too, y'all know I love the app. If I'm sending a photo, I'm telling my story, I'm giving third party validation. This is really great. I personally use the Thrive Connect app if I have their phone number. If I have their phone number, I'm sending a voice memo or a video message or an image through my Thrive Connect app. If I'm in a three-way chat, like a text message chat or a Facebook message chat or an Instagram chat, and I don't have their phone number, this is another easy way for me to one tap and use this as a way for me to get the information out, where I'm just doing the work one time, like a voice memo, and I'm able to use it multiple times. So it saves you a lot of time. Other uses that you can use this for, I mean, this is the content screenshot of all the different ways that you can use it. I mean, seriously, you can put a lot of content in the boards app for yourself. One of the things that I really love doing is being able to, take screenshots of positive testimonies from other thrivers, and have that loaded into my board, right? So you can use that as story overlays. You can use that as, when you're messaging or texting somebody who needs third party validation, before and afters of your team, voice clips, of course, scripts, verbiage, rank badges, stories, stickers, support tickets. Oh my gosh, there's so many different ways you can use the boards app. So I hope this was helpful. I know that this was totally something that a lot of people requested, especially after my training at Thrivepalooza. I promised a lot of people, like seriously, a lot of people, that I would do this as a Tech Tuesday training. So I hope you got value from it. Please, please, please do let us, both myself and the Le-Vel corporate team, know if you love these episodes, what topics that you want to see more of, what do you want us to talk about next time, and we'll be sure to make it happen. Thank you so much for watching Tech Tuesday, and I'll see you on the next one.